In Chapter 3b, we're investigating associations between categorical variables. Now, the best way to investigate these associations is using a two-way frequency table. So let's look at this example. We're asking, is a person's attitude to gun control associated with their sex? Our two variables are the person's attitude and their sex. Now, the way we interpret this question is the question is asking whether someone's sex will predict their attitude towards gun control. Because sex is the predictor, this is our explanatory variable, and attitude is the response variable. So this is what the two-way frequency table will look like. In a two-way frequency table for categorical variables, you will always have your response variable is on your rows, or you could think of it as the vertical axis. So response variables go here. And your explanatory variables are your columns or your horizontal axis. Now, looking at the values in this two-way frequency table, we can see that more males than females are for gun control. But in total, there were more males in our sample. So in total, there were 58 males that were asked in this survey and only 42 females. So the fact that more males are for gun control than females doesn't actually give us a whole lot of information. What we want to do in this situation is convert these two percentages. Now, to convert values to percentages, we have the count divided by the total, and we multiply it by 100. So if we do 32, we're going to convert this to a percentage. We've got 32, we divide it by our total number of males, and multiply that by 100, which gives us 55.2%. Now we can do this same calculation for all of these, and then the totals are going to be 100%. Now that we've converted these two percentages, we can clearly see, as a percentage, more females are for gun control compared to males. And we can report on these findings by saying we see that a much higher percentage of females were for gun control than males, with 71.4% to 55.2%. This indicates that gun control is associated with sex. Now, because there was such a large difference in percentage, we were able to make the conclusion that gun control, attitude towards gun control, is associated with sex. So these two variables are associated because there is that such big difference. There won't always be big difference. For example, in your textbook, we have attitudes towards Sunday racing, for and against, between males and females. The for and against values for males and females are very, very similar. So the conclusion is that no, the percentage of males, 55.6%, supporting Sunday racing is similar to the percentage of females supporting Sunday racing, 54.5%. So we can note that, as a general rule, a difference of at least 5% would be needed to classify association. So at least 5% differences are needed to be able to say that these variables are associated with each other. Now, in these examples, the response variable and explanatory variables only have two options, but that won't always happen. Sometimes there'll be more than two. In this example, your response variable has 3 and your explanatory variable has 4. but the method of determining association is essentially the same. So if we want to ask, is there an association between interest in sport and age group? The response is yes. The percentage of males with a high level of interest in sport decreases steadily with age group, from 56.5% for the under 18s age group to 35.0% for the 36 to 50 years age group. And we can see that here. So interest in sport, if you look at the high row, you can see that it is steadily decreasing with at least greater than 5% difference with each one. So we can make that conclusion.